Hey, what's up, YouTube? Ugh. So, um, basically, right now, um, over the past, over the past, I would say about a week. It's about a week. Maybe over the past like 4 days, I've been writing this book that I've posted on Wattpad. And Wattpad is like a short stories, or yeah, it's really like a app for like short stories that anybody can upload to, kind of like social media. Like it's like social media but for like book reading. And so probably a lot of people are familiar with Book Talk and things like that. But yeah, it's been really fun. I've just been like writing this book, and I am writing it with ChatGPT. So the like how it the like once it churns out, basically what I'm doing is I am giving the plot and the dialogue to ChatGPT, and then I asked ChatGPT, like I was like, hey, can you turn this into like 4 paragraphs or 6 paragraphs, and then it'll turn it into 4 to 6 paragraphs. And obviously it makes the word selections, but like all the ideas within those 4 to 6 paragraphs are mine, and most of the dialogue is mine too. All like I've written the prologue, and then I've written like basically chapter 1 of the story, and I'll probably go into detail about what it's about. But yeah, I am trying to like advertise my book a little bit, because I do plan, basically my goal is to finish the whole story in the next 90 days. So that's like 3 months. Like my goal is to finish it within 3 months. And yeah, so my goal is to finish it in 3 months, and then I'm also I'll probably in the next like maybe couple weeks, like I'm gonna start on this other one that I'm doing, or maybe I'll wait till afterwards. I might wait till after the 90 days to start on it, but I have an idea for another novel that's gonna be like a short story. So I have 2 ideas, the one that I'm writing right now and the one that I haven't started, but I have like the whole plot already in my head. So anyways, the book that I'm writing right now, or I'm using ChatGPT to essentially churn out the pages, is called Lightning Strike My Script. And I advertised it on my Instagram and Facebook, and so far I don't think I've gotten any views on it. But I was just at my favorite coffee shop this morning, and I told this girl who I'm like kind of chummy with. She's like a barista who's been there a minute, kind of chummy with her. And so I told her about it. I was like, yeah, you know what Wattpad is? She's like, yeah, I was a 12-year-old girl who liked to read fan fiction. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. So I was like, yeah, my story's on Wattpad. She's like, what's it called? And I was like, I told her what it was called, Lightning Strike My Script. And she's like, do you want me to read it? And I was like, it's up to you. And she's like, it sounds like you want me to read it. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm trying to advertise it. That's what I told her. I was like, I'm trying to advertise it a little bit so I can get like some feedback on it, see what people think. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. So I don't know, like I think once I finish the book in these 90 days, I think I'm going to try and like I can advertise it on social media, but I don't know like how many people will really pick it up from there. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna ask around at both coffee shops and libraries if I can set up like a little stand or something, and if I can advertise it. Um, and I don't know. Maybe I'll even look into like making printed copies of it, which would be really cool. I would really love to have like a printed copy of my book, and after I finish it. And I also want some artwork done. Now, all the artwork I'm going to make myself on ChatGPT. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to make images. And I'm going to turn that into the artwork. And I'm going to put like maybe one piece of artwork in each chapter, like at the beginning or end or something. So, yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to have a printed copy. So essentially what it's about is it's called Lightning Strike My Script, and I got this idea when I was on the plane, or I didn't get the idea on the plane, but essentially like I went on a trip to California, and on that trip I brought my scripts that were transcripts for my YouTube videos, and I read them on the plane over the course of 5 hours on the plane flight. And so then the idea came to me several weeks later, about a month later after I got home, that, hey, I want to write a book. And I also want to start like reading books. So I've listened to one audiobook and I'm finishing another one. And then I'm going on Wattpad and Webtoon and just like kind of bouncing back and forth between stories, and like finishing a little bit here and a little bit there, and kind of, like I said, just bouncing back and forth. So anyways, what it's about is the premise is like it's in the year 4255, so set like 2,000 years in the future, and it's essentially a United States that has upgraded technology like a lot. Like essentially the technology has been upgraded to the highest level. Basically, I mean, it's 2,000 years in the future, so it's upgraded to the highest level. You okay, Ruby? You okay? Come here. You okay? So it's upgraded to the highest level, but they had to take away the internet from the general public because the general public was being recruited by criminal organizations to fight their government or fight their own government. And they had some success with it. So the U.S. had to shut down all the internet that was available for the general public because they didn't want more people being recruited to fight them. And so it's kind of like, yeah, that's the premise of it. And another part of the premise is that essentially there's this lottery where you can win a exosuit or an exoskeleton that turns your body into like a cyborg basically, but then you also get an exoskeleton on top of it. And I drew that inspiration kind of like from Call of Duty. How in Advanced Warfare you have those exoskeletons that can make you like fly and boost and stuff, and give you all sorts of like running upgrades and stuff. Like that's where I got the idea from. And so yeah, so the main character Rick, and I took the name Rick from my name Patrick, so I have RICK in my name, so that's where I took the name from. So Rick enters the lottery after he graduates high school. He wins an exosuit. He gets the surgeries done to bond or to merge his body with the exosuit because you're basically wearing it 24/7. So he merges with the exosuit. And then that's the prologue. And the first chapter is he's going on a plane. He's on a plane. He's sitting in first class on a plane. And he's flying with his mom to the Joji Republic, which used to be called Ireland. It's basically Ireland, but like now it's called the Joji Republic, and it's called that because they had to Ireland and a bunch of other countries around the world, the same thing happened to them, where criminal organizations would recruit the general public to fight that country's government. So they had to surrender all of their technology and internet to the US or like to another country that was super advanced, so that they could stop criminal organizations from recruiting people. And so they're on their way to the Joji Republic, and it basically describes it as like, yeah, over 2,000 years, like they haven't had internet. So like, what's it gonna look like? Basically, it gets the reader to imagine like, oh, what would a country look like? A small country, what would it look like without any internet or anything, or any technology? So there's that, and Rick is dealing with some anger issues that he's had since putting on the exosuit. Like, it makes him kind of unstable and emotional a lot of the time. So his mom thinks that going to a place without technology is going to solve that problem. It's going to like solve his emotional like turmoil or whatever. So anyways, that's kind of the premise. And then I don't want to spoil the first scene. So there's kind of like a plot twist. It's not really a plot twist. It's just like, it's the opener for like a new character named Casey. And I won't say really what happens between Casey and Rick, but something happens on the plane that like sets the stage for the kind of like tone and genre that you're gonna get. So it's kind of like dystopian future, but it's not dystopian. Like, things are okay, things are good. It's not like totally depressing. I don't want it to be a future where things are super depressing. But it's kind of going to be like, there's going to be a little bit of mystery in it, essentially. That's the tone, and part of the genre is like futuristic, like mystery stuff. And so, yeah, so something happens between Casey, this character who's introduced on the plane, and Rick, who's like the character from the prologue, the main character. And so that kind of happens. And that's all I've written so far. But I think I'm going to be writing new chapters like every couple days. And I'm going to try and finish it in 90 days. So anyways, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. This video is becoming like 12 minutes long. So anyways, peace. If you want to read it, it's on Wattpad. It's called Lightning Strike My Script. I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it in the title probably. So anyways, if you want to read it, it's there. So anyways, peace.